So, how you doing, guys? Just want to start this off with this little intro. Normally, I despise doing reactionary videos like this, but this guy, I was watching this. I've been watching it for a while, and been noticing this trend with him and a few others on YouTube and on the internet since the Ukraine conflict kind of started, where they'll have all these guys just kind of popped up out of nowhere claiming to be experts or prior military or this or that, doing analysis and such. So a lot of the info I'm also seeing in these videos is just it's either blatant lying, misinformation that they don't know is in misinformation, or an example of the two. A lot of it is just flat out lies and propaganda, like we're about to see right here. But just kind of the way, especially the way McBeth kind of does it here. Because he's just got that matter of fact attitude about him, and he's essentially the spitting image of the actually meme right now. So, I also want to go out there and say that, I'm fully aware that Russia is an asshole, Putin is an asshole. It's fucked up what they're doing in Ukraine, but at the end of the day, Ukraine had its opportunities to prevent this at a lot of turns and failed to do so. So honestly, we shouldn't even be sending them the little bit that we are sending to them. That's just the way I see it. Doesn't mean that they're the bad guy in all of this, but hey, it's definitely food for thought and a more realistic look on the situation than people like this guy here have. So let's see. First off, here we have
So
this little tidbit.
let's go over the video point by point. Let's start off.
Folks, for the last 14 months, we've been told two things about the war in Ukraine. Number one is that the Ukrainians are winning and the Russians are losing.
Okay, to start, I don't know anyone inside the mainstream media who has said that the Ukrainians are winning. This might be...
Are you fucking retarded, guy? Have you not turned on the news? Have you not clicked a link on the internet? Have you not opened your own video feed? Have you not looked at your upload schedule? I mean, mainstream or niche, everyone on the Ukrainian war in the Western sphere of influence has been yelling from the hilltops that they've been winning this shit from like the second month onward. I think we're on month 9 of Russia's out of fucking missiles now and artillery shells. So where in the actual fuck do you come up with that coherent thought? Dude. Moving on. Here, oh yeah, this is kind of a reaction video on a reaction video here, so again, I hate it, but it needs to be done.
A javelin to the face. Let's keep going.
Well, because of the classified documents that were released by Jack Teixeira.
Okay, so again, this is a tough subject for me to analyze because once you have or had a security clearance, you can't actually look at those documents for the rest of your life. It is illegal. You take a...
So, it's illegal. Please cite where on the NDA that you signed, because I know you probably signed one that was similarly worded to mine. I had a secret clearance when I was in, where it states that once information is in the public sphere, that it is still secret. I mean, hell, you yourself even claim that those documents are most likely doctored in some way. Actually, you know what? I believe he gets to that point here.
Lifetime oath to keep secret information. So I can't even look at those documents unless the government declassifies them. So I'm kind of at a disadvantage here. I can't read those documents, but from what I understand, some of those documents may have been doctored. Let's keep going.
Yo, bro, I haven't looked at the thing, bro, but totally trust me, bro. The things are fake, bro. Totally trust me. Oh, it's illegal for me to look at them, bro. So it's illegal for you to look at them, bro. Don't look at them, bro. Perfectly fine, bro. Trust me, bro. Fucking for real, guy.
There's a difference between special forces and special operations forces. There's only one special forces, at least in the United States military, and that's literally the special forces branch, or 18 series soldiers.
So what he's referring to here is he's referring to some stuff about in the documents how there are supposedly U.S. Special Forces engaged with Russia's in Russia or something. Now, do I really think that we have SF guys fighting against the Russians? No, absolutely not. Um, Actually, it's more of a likelihood we might be trading bullets in Syria than Ukraine, but that's a subject for another video. Um, do I think they're there? No. Do we need a whole class in school in history on what the 18X series is and its supporting members? No. You didn't really even need this entire part of the fucking video, guy. Uh, are they there as advisors? Yeah, no, absolutely. I definitely bet my fucking money on it. As a matter of fact, I do believe in this next part right here at 740, he does actually, in a roundabout way, contradict himself by citing an article where it states that U.S. Special Operations Forces are operating out of the embassy in Kiev right now.
Remember, we never gave up that mission of supporting Ukraine and helping their military. Now, ABC News reported on April 12th that U.S. Special Operations Team is working out of the embassy in Ukraine. Officials emphasize they are not in combat. The article then goes on to say, leaked document seems to list a total of 97 special forces from 5 NATO countries operating in Ukraine, with the highest number coming from the United Kingdom and numbers comparable to the U.S.
Yes, that is actually true. They do have a multinational special forces group in the country. I think there's like 4 Norwegians, some Canadians. It was actually kind of weird to see that the Brits actually have the most, but we have the second most there. And it's not really hard to think that these guys are acting in an advisory role. Definitely a throwback line from the 60s. But yeah, they're there. They're just training Ukrainian forces. We've done this before. Do I really think they're engaged with Russians right now? No. No, they're not. But again, this guy, I just actually. But he also contradicted himself there too. So moving on.
There is absolutely nothing to be gained strategically from NATO directly engaging Russia on the front lines. 97 more trigger pullers, even if they're really good trigger pullers, really aren't going to make a difference in the outcome of the conflict. But they can be a force multiplier as trainers. Also note,
We know this already, guy. Moving on. Oh yeah, here he goes over some stuff on a song where I guess Russian pilots were shooting at our guys in Vietnam. Kind of funny that he references that we have nothing strategically to gain from putting troops in harm's way in Ukraine, but you know, anyone remember the Gulf of Tonkin?
this is the black and white logical fallacy where Paul is presenting two choices. The problem is that there is a third option, that Airman Teixeira is a 21-year-old kid who wanted to win an argument online. Now let's back up for a moment.
The question now.
That is true. Do I think the kid that leaked the documents on Discord did so willingly? Yes, but in a roundabout way. I really do think that he was just trying to win an argument, or he didn't really know what he was doing. But I put that there due to the amount of force that the FBI and other law enforcement agencies used on that person's house within days of the leak, right? He goes on to say that, oh, I always put links in my videos, this, that, and everything else. And, well, if that's the case, he just told us that it's illegal for you to look at the leaked documents, but those are clearly a source that should be looked at, fake or not. It can definitely help us to look for misinformation in the patterns that have those misinformation quotes in there so that we're able to better recognize them and show them as disinformation. But no, you don't want to do that because it would destroy your entire narrative. Be a good little NPC you are, Ryan McBeth.
That our leaders are trying to.
Familiar with how the military works. So, the Air Force has qualification standards to maintain rifle proficiency. In the United States Air Force,
So here he's starting to go over just how the Air Force qualifies its shooters for security forces and just the force in general. Um, it's the Air Force. They're all pogues. You don't really need to know the history or the qualification standards of what the Air Force has when it comes to shooting ended shooters, so I don't even know why this is even in the video.
Not every military member is a firearms enthusiast. I spent 20 years as an infantryman, and while I own a couple of pistols, I'm pretty ambivalent about firearms.
You spent 20 years as an infantryman, you own a couple of pistols, and you're pretty ambivalent about firearms. Buddy, I think you picked the wrong fucking MOS when you went in because you should have probably been a fucking chaplain's assistant or a water treatment specialist if you're ambivalent about firearms. And this is part of why I want to call bullshit on this guy. Right? You're an 11 bang bang. You are the infantry. If you're basically the army, if you're the fucking infantry. Once you go to infantry school, you get that blue cord. It's almost like a Marines light in a way. But just the very spitting image of the actually meme right here. He continues to go on about how the dude in the video where he's commenting on, well, he's in the military. Of course he's a firearms enthusiast. I do have to kind of agree with him to a point. Not everyone in the military is going to be a firearms enthusiast. I like my guns. I'm not to the point where I'm doing trigger jobs on my 1911s or, trying to fix pistol grips on ARs or anything. I'm not, building them like that yet. Is everyone in the military, a gun nut? No, absolutely not. Is it a part of the job? Yes. And part of that job is engaging in killing the fucking enemy. It's in the literal soldier's creed. So, yeah, that was Ryan McBeth here. There's some other videos that he got that are some real winners. Might be doing this a little bit more often on this. I don't know, but it's just annoying for me. You have people like this guy here who, and I get it. It's a popular subject. If it bleeds, it leads, and I get that they're trying to get as much information out as possible. This is the most recorded war in history in our lifetime, and there's a lot of information flying around, and I'm just kind of trying to plug the holes here, I guess. But people like this guy, who claims that the Ukrainians aren't welding people in their tanks, and then 5 videos come out of Russians having to break welds off of Ukrainian tanks to get them out. Yeah, buddy, you might want to do some deeper dives and get yourself out of the cybersecurity mindset and into the physical security mindset again, because you are not aware of your surroundings and you are not following any of the principles of patrolling. So that's all I got for you on this one. I'll be seeing you guys